Brainy Bites, a daily dose for self-improvement.
Hey there, amazing viewers. Welcome back to Brainy Bites, where we're all about unlocking the secrets to a healthier, happier you. Today, we're delving into something truly crucial, the habits that may be silently wreaking havoc on your brain. Yes, that's right. We're going to uncover the 6 habits that could be damaging your brain health and, more importantly, how you can steer clear of them. So, let's jump right in and take a closer look. Before we dive headfirst into these eye-opening habits, let's take a moment to appreciate just how vital our brain health truly is. You see, our brains are the epicenter of everything we do, responsible for every thought, every memory, and every action. Yet, it's often an area we tend to overlook. But not today. In this video, we're going to shed light on the 6 habits that could be silently impacting your brain's performance. Each of these habits, whether we realize it or not, plays a significant role in shaping our cognitive abilities and overall mental well-being. Now, to make sure you're well prepared to safeguard your brain's health, we'll be giving you not only the insights into these habits but also practical tips on how to steer clear of them. So, whether you're a busy professional, a student, or simply someone who cares about their mental well-being, you're in the right place. Are you ready to embark on this enlightening journey towards better brain health? Fantastic! Let's get started by exploring the first of these 6 habits. Number 1. Consuming too much sugar. Alright, let's kick things off with a topic that's probably more familiar than we'd like: sugar. Now, we all know that too much sugar isn't great for our waistlines, but what about our brains? Well, here's the scoop: consuming excessive sugar over an extended period can really throw our brain for a loop. You see, our bodies rely on a balanced diet to absorb essential nutrients and proteins, and when we overload on sugar, it disrupts this delicate balance. This disruption can lead to a condition known as malnutrition, which, believe it or not, directly affects our brain's development. Picture it like a car running on low-quality fuel. It just won't perform optimally. The brain, too, needs the right nutrients to function at its best. When it's not getting what it needs, it's like trying to run a marathon with a pair of worn-out sneakers. So, cutting down on that excess sugar? It's not just about your waistline, it's about giving your brain the premium fuel it deserves. Now, let's dive a bit deeper into this. Imagine your body as a well-oiled machine, and your brain is the control center, directing every action, thought, and memory. When we overload on sugar, it's like throwing a wrench into the works. The body struggles to absorb the essential nutrients it needs, and this, my friends, is what leads to malnutrition. And when the brain isn't getting the nutrients it requires, it's like trying to build a skyscraper with incomplete blueprints. Growth and development are hindered, and that's not something any of us want, right? So, let's do our brains a favor and start being mindful of our sugar intake. Your brain will thank you. Now, I'm not here to say no more sweets forever. We all need a little sweetness in our lives. But here's the trick: let's swap out those sugary treats for options that are kinder to our brains. Dark chocolate, for instance, is not only delicious but also packed with antioxidants that are like little superheroes for our brain cells. And if you're in the mood for something fruity, go for raspberries. They're not only naturally sweet but also loaded with nutrients that give your brain the boost it craves. So, the next time you're reaching for a snack, think about giving your brain a treat too. Remember, it's all about finding that sweet balance. Number 2, not getting enough sleep. Alright, let's talk about something we're all familiar with: those nights when sleep seems to be playing hard to get. We've all been there, right? But what we might not realize is just how crucial those Z's are for our brain. You see, when we don't get enough sleep, it's like asking a car to run on an empty tank. Our brains are in overdrive all day, processing information, making decisions, and storing memories. So, when we shortchange our sleep, it's like giving our brains a half-charged battery. This can lead to a whole array of consequences, from feeling foggy-headed and irritable to struggling with focus and productivity. And let's not even mention the crankiness. So, it's safe to say that skimping on sleep isn't just a matter of feeling a little tired. It's about giving our brains the rest they need to perform at their absolute best. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Ever notice that after a night of tossing and turning, your memory might be a bit, well, shoddy? That's not a coincidence. Sleep plays a monumental role in consolidating our memories. It's during those peaceful slumber hours that our brains sort through the day's events, filing away important information for later use. But when we deprive ourselves of that crucial sleep, it's like hitting the delete button on our brain's filing system. Suddenly, names, dates, and even where you put your keys can become a bit of a mystery. And as for cognitive abilities, those mental processes like problem solving and decision making, they start to lag behind. So, if you want to keep that sharp edge, make sure you're getting the quality sleep your brain craves. Now, I can almost hear some of you saying, but I've got deadlines to meet, a to-do list a mile long. Trust me, I get it. We've all been there. But let me tell you, making sleep a priority isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Think of it as an investment in your brain's well-being, and ultimately, in your own well-being. When we make sure to get enough good quality sleep, we're not just recharging our bodies, we're supercharging our brains. We're setting ourselves up for better focus, sharper memory, and improved problem-solving skills. So, let's all commit to giving our brains the restful sleep they deserve. It's not just a luxury, it's a vital part of taking care of ourselves, inside and out. Number 3, playing loud music with earphones/headphones. Now, let's talk about something we're all guilty of at some point, cranking up the volume on our favorite tunes. It's no secret that blasting music through earphones or headphones can make our favorite tracks even more thrilling. But what many of us don't realize is the potential harm it can cause, not just to our ears, but to our brains as well. You see, when we pump up the volume to the max, we're bombarding our ears with sound waves at levels they weren't designed to handle. It's like taking a gentle stream and turning it into a roaring river. Our delicate ear structures can only take so much, and over time, this can lead to hearing loss. And here's the kicker, hearing loss isn't just a matter of turning up the TV a bit louder. It's closely tied to our brain's health too. When our ears struggle to pick up sounds, it's like sending scrambled messages to our brains. So, let's turn down the volume a notch and keep both our ears and brains in tip-top shape. Now, you might be wondering, how does hearing loss tie in with our brains? Well, the connection is more significant than you might think. Our brains are wired to process sounds, and they're pretty darn good at it. But when hearing starts to fade due to loud music or other factors, it's like asking our brains to decipher a message written in disappearing ink. This extra effort puts a strain on our brain's resources, which could otherwise be used for other crucial tasks. And studies have shown that long-term hearing loss can actually lead to more serious brain problems, including a loss of brain tissue and conditions like Alzheimer's. So, it's not just about preserving our hearing, it's about safeguarding our brain's function too. Now, let's get to the good stuff, how to enjoy your favorite tunes without risking your hearing or your brain's well-being. First off, consider investing in noise-canceling headphones. They block out external noise, allowing you to enjoy your music at lower volumes. And speaking of volume, keep it at a reasonable level. A good rule of thumb is that if someone next to you can hear your music, it's probably too loud. Taking regular breaks from your headphones also gives your ears, and by extension, your brain, a much-needed rest. And if you're in a noisy environment, like a bustling city street, opt for over-ear headphones instead of in-ear ones. They offer better noise isolation, meaning you won't have to crank up the volume to drown out the background noise. Remember, it's all about finding that sweet spot, enjoying your music without putting your hearing or brain health at risk. Number 4, skipping breakfast. Now, let's chat about a habit that many of us are guilty of, especially when life gets a little hectic, skipping breakfast. We've all heard that it's the most important meal of the day, but do we really know why? Well, buckle up, because it's not just about satisfying your stomach. Skipping breakfast can actually have a direct impact on your brain. You see, after a night of rest, our bodies and brains wake up craving nutrients. They're like a car engine that needs fuel to get going. When we skip breakfast, it's like trying to drive on an empty tank. This leaves our brains without the energy and nutrients they need to kickstart the day. It's like sending your brain to work on an empty stomach, not the most productive scenario, right? Now, let's dive into the science of it all. Studies have shown time and time again that those who enjoy a balanced breakfast tend to have a leg up in the cognitive department. It's like giving your brain a head start in a race. When you provide your brain with a nutritious morning meal, it's primed and ready to tackle tasks, think clearly, and remember important information. It's not just about feeling full, it's about setting the stage for a day of sharp focus and optimal brain function. And here's a fascinating nugget, research has found that students who have a hearty breakfast tend to perform better in school. It's like giving your brain a little extra boost to ace that test or tackle that project. So, if you're aiming for top-notch cognitive function, don't hit snooze on breakfast. So, let's make a pact, shall we? Starting tomorrow morning, let's all commit to giving our brains the fuel they need to kickstart the day. It doesn't have to be a grand feast, a simple, balanced meal will do wonders. Think whole grains, lean proteins, and a dose of fresh fruits or veggies. It's like giving your brain a high-octane boost to power through the day. And if time's a concern, don't fret. There are plenty of quick and easy breakfast options out there. Overnight oats, smoothie bowls, or even a simple yogurt parfait can do the trick. Remember, you're not just feeding your stomach. You're feeding your brain, setting the stage for a day of mental sharpness and productivity. So, let's all raise our spoons and forks to a brain-boosting breakfast tomorrow morning. Number 5. Multitasking. Now, let's talk about a habit that many of us wear as a badge of honor: multitasking. We've all been there, right? Juggling multiple tasks at once, thinking we're being super efficient. But here's the thing, our brains aren't designed to be expert multitaskers. When we split our attention across several tasks, it's like trying to spin too many plates at once. Sure, it might look impressive for a while, but sooner or later, those plates start to wobble and crash. In the world of brains, multitasking leads to inefficiency. It actually takes longer to complete tasks when we're constantly switching between them. Our brains have to readjust, refocus, and that eats up precious time. So, if you're looking to boost your productivity, it's time to rethink that multitasking habit. Let's dive a bit deeper into this. Every time we switch tasks, our brains have to do a mental somersault. It's like asking a gymnast to perform an elaborate routine on a shaky balance beam. This constant switching puts a toll on our cognitive resources. We're not just losing time, we're losing mental bandwidth. And here's the kicker, it doesn't just end there. Multitasking also ramps up our stress hormones, like cortisol and adrenaline. It's like giving our brains a constant jolt of caffeine, which might sound exciting. But in reality, it leads to mental fog and scrambled thinking. So, if you're looking to maximize your brain's potential, it's time to hit the brakes on multitasking. Alright, here's the game changer: single tasking. It's like giving your brain a VIP pass to concentrate fully on one task at a time. Instead of trying to do it all at once, prioritize your to-do list and tackle tasks one by one. Break your day into focused chunks, dedicating specific time slots to different tasks. And don't forget to give yourself breaks. It's like letting your brain catch its breath before diving back in. This approach not only leads to better results but also reduces stress levels and boosts overall mental clarity. So, let's all raise a flag for single tasking, the unsung hero of productivity. Remember, it's not about how many tasks you can juggle, it's about how well you can focus on one at a time. Number 6. Inadequate water intake. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked in the grand scheme of brain health: staying hydrated. We all know how crucial water is for our bodies, but do we realize just how vital it is for our brains? It's like the elixir of life for our most important organ. You see, our brains are made up of about 70% water. When we're properly hydrated, it's like ensuring our brains have the optimal environment to function at their best. Think of water as the lubricant that keeps the gears of our brain turning smoothly. It helps transport essential nutrients and oxygen, crucial for sharp thinking and clear focus. So, next time you reach for a drink, remember, you're not just quenching your thirst, you're giving your brain the power it needs to perform at its peak. Now, let's explore the flip side of this coin: dehydration. When we don't provide our bodies with enough water, it's like trying to run a car on an empty tank. Our brains, just like the rest of our bodies, rely on proper hydration to function optimally. When we're dehydrated, it's like trying to think with a foggy windshield. Our cognitive abilities take a hit, our memory might get a little fuzzy, our focus wavers, and decision-making becomes a bit like trying to navigate in the dark. And here's the scary part: studies have shown that even mild dehydration can lead to cognitive decline. It's like putting the brakes on your brain's performance. So, if you want to keep those mental gears turning smoothly, make sure to keep the hydration levels up. Now, the good news is, staying hydrated isn't rocket science. It's all about forming simple, effective habits. Carry a water bottle with you. It's like having a mini hydration station by your side. Set reminders on your phone, or use apps that nudge you to take a sip. Make it a part of your routine: have a glass of water with every meal, and a little extra during your work breaks. And let's not forget about the hydrating power of fruits and vegetables. Snack on juicy watermelon or munch on crisp cucumbers. They're not just delicious, they're like nature's way of giving your brain an extra boost of hydration. So, let's all raise a glass to keeping our brains well lubricated and functioning at their absolute best. Remember, a well-hydrated brain is a happy, sharp brain. Alright, we've covered a lot today, haven't we? From the impact of sugar and the importance of quality sleep, to the dangers of loud music and the benefits of staying hydrated. It's been an eye-opening journey through habits that can either fuel or hinder our brain health. Now, here's the exciting part: you have the power to make positive changes starting today. Opt for dark chocolate over excessive sweets, prioritize a good night's rest, and protect those ears from blaring music. And don't forget to fuel your day with a hearty breakfast and keep yourself hydrated. Say no to smoking and limit alcohol intake for the sake of your brain's long-term health. Remember, these small shifts can lead to big improvements in how your brain functions. It's like giving your brain a VIP treatment, ensuring it has the resources it needs to thrive. So, let's embark on this journey towards better brain health together. And if you found this information valuable, don't forget to show some love. Hit that like button, subscribe for more insightful content on health and wellness, and share this video with your friends and family. Together, we can spread the word about the incredible potential our brains hold when we take care of them. Thanks for joining in, and here's to a brighter, sharper, and healthier you.